The process of solving a linear equation in one variable relies primarily upon two properties. The first property we will introduce is called the addition property of equality. If you remember that an equation is a statement that two expressions are equal, we can visualize this with a scale. The idea with the equation is that the two sides of the equation have equal value. They might not have the exact same expressions on both sides of the equation, but their value is equal. With a scale, this can be visualized by putting the same weight on both sides of the scale, even though the exact objects might not be the same. So here we have a mixture of triangles and squares on both sides of the scale. What we're told is that whatever the number of squares and triangles on both sides, we know that the scale is actually balanced. The idea with the addition property of equality is that it allows us to remove the same value or add the same value to both sides of the scale, maintaining the equilibrium. For example, if we wanted to remove one blue triangle, as long as we remove one blue triangle from both sides of the scale will stay balanced. Similarly, we could remove one red square from both sides of the scale as well. Again, as long as we remove one red square from both sides of the scale will also maintain its balance. The other side of the addition property is it also allows us to add things to both sides of the scale and still maintain that balance. For example, we could add two green circles. As long as we add two green circles to both sides of the scale will again remain balanced. In terms of an equation, we generally write this process using the statements. If we have an equation, A equals B, then we can maintain the equality in the equation, the balance on both sides, as long as we add the same value to both sides. So we could add a value of C to both sides of the equation and still maintain the balance. So if A equals B, then A plus C will still equal B plus C. That's the equivalent of adding two green circles to both sides of the scale. We do want to remember that subtraction is a form of addition. So while we write this and call this the addition property of equality, it does also allow us to subtract or remove the same value from both sides of the equation.